Hidden deep between towering mountain ranges, surrounded by drifting clouds and cold winds, there existed a lonely, forgotten village named Morkonda. The world outside had nearly erased it from memory, for hardly anyone came here, and those who did were never seen again. Some whispered that the place was cursed by a furious deity. Others claimed that wicked spirits ruled its misty land. But the truth, whatever it was, remained buried under centuries of silence. For Morkonda held a secret unlike any other in the world. Every dawn, as the first beam of sunlight struck the village, all its people, men, women, children, the elderly, turned into stone. Perfectly still, perfectly frozen, lifelike statues cast across fields, courtyards, and narrow streets. A farmer with his plow midway through a step, a child holding a toy cart, a woman bending over a pot of water. Everything stopped, locked, and lifeless. And as soon as night fell, when the moon rose high and shadows deepened, the entire village came alive again. The stones melted into flesh, breath returned, and the villagers resumed the tasks they had been frozen in during daylight. They talked, they worked, they laughed, they cooked, living a strange life that existed only beneath the moon. This was the curse of Morkonda. Far away from these mountains lived a young man named Arav. He was restless, adventurous, and tired of the noise-filled life of the city. He longed for peace, for something different, something his soul had never felt before. On the suggestion of an acquaintance, he decided to travel to the mountains and settle in a quiet village for some time. No one warned him about Morkonda's secret. Arav arrived in the village around noon. As he stepped into the silent lanes, a shiver ran down his spine. The place seemed almost frozen in time. There were houses, tools, pots, and footsteps in the dust. Everything looked alive except the people. He noticed an old man standing with a pot in his hand, bent slightly forward. His face, though carved like stone, held an expression so real that Arav felt he might blink at any moment. A child stood nearby, gripping a small wooden cart in his hands. A woman in the corner stooped over a basket of grain. At first, Arav assumed this must be some kind of artistic tradition or festival. But when he went closer, he realized the horrifying truth. These were not man-made statues. These were once living people. The silence of the mountains pressed heavily around him. He tried calling out, but no voice answered. His heartbeat grew louder in the empty stillness. Suddenly, a gentle rustle swept across the village. The sunlight faded behind the mountain peak. Within moments, the stone figures began to tremble lightly. Cracks of movement appeared in their rigid forms, and before Arav could fully grasp what he was witnessing, the entire village transformed. The old man inhaled deeply and looked around. The child blinked, rubbed his eyes, and started running. The woman lifted her basket and began sorting grain again. Every villager returned to life. Arav felt the ground shift under his feet. Fear crawled up his spine. The villagers walked about casually, speaking to one another, continuing their daily tasks as if nothing unusual had happened. Arav approached a middle-aged woman nervously. What is this? What happened to everyone?" he stuttered. The woman smiled kindly. "You must be new. You have come from the city?" "Yes," Arav replied, his voice shaking. "Please tell me what is going on." "This is our curse," she explained. "Many generations ago, a powerful sorcerer fell into rage and punished us. Since that day, we live by night and turn to stone by day. It has been centuries and no one has been able to break the curse." Arav swallowed hard. "I cannot stay here. I want to leave." The woman's smile faded, replaced by a serious expression. "Leaving is not easy. There is only one path out of Morkonda, a hidden road. It appears for only half an hour at midnight." "That's fine," Arav said immediately. "It is not that simple. If you try to leave, the villagers will try to stop you. I'll take it and go." She shook her head. "Why?" Arav whispered. "Because anyone who leaves might reveal our secret to the world," she said slowly. "And if that happens, the curse could break. The villagers cannot allow that. They fear what might happen if the curse ends or if the sorcerer's spirit returns." Arav felt cold sweat run down his face. Arav stayed in an abandoned house. During the day, the entire village froze into silence again, and he wandered through the stone figures, each one terrifyingly human. At night, he watched them awaken in an unnatural flow. 3 nights passed. Arav tried approaching the hidden path each night, but something always went wrong. A villager would accidentally cross his way, block. 2 children would appear in front of him, staring silently until he turned back. Once, an old man grabbed his arm and whispered, "Stay with us forever." Everyone acted normal, talked normally, but when Arav took a step toward leaving, their eyes turned cold, empty, and watchful. By the fourth night, Arav felt he could not bear another moment in the cursed place. He made up his mind. Tonight he would escape whatever it cost, before he became trapped in Morconda for the rest of his life. The night sky was clear. Stars glimmered above the dark mountains. Arav prepared himself, hiding behind a house until it was time. At 11:50 p.m., the village felt strangely tense. Though people worked as usual, Arav sensed they were all aware of him. Their movements were too synchronized, too quiet. Their eyes followed him when they thought he wasn't looking. He stepped toward the edge of the village. The wind grew colder. 11:58 p.m. The ground vibrated faintly under his feet. 11:59 p.m. A silver glow appeared near the mountain ridge, spreading slowly like a crack in reality. 12 a.m. The earth split open. A hidden dirt path revealed itself, glowing faintly under the moon. This was the only way out, the gateway from the cursed land. Arav didn't wait a second, he sprinted toward it. But behind him came a thunderous sound, hundreds of footsteps all moving at once. A shrill voice echoed through the night. "Stop!" Arav looked back. Every villager in Morconda was running toward him. Their faces had changed, no kindness remained. Their expressions twisted into desperation and fury. Their movements were jerky, as though the stone still clung to their limbs. "The curse must not escape. You must stay. You will not break the balance." Their voices layered over one another, blending into a horrifying chorus that made Arav's blood run cold. He ran faster, stumbling, falling, then pushing himself back up. His lungs burned, his heart thrashed inside his chest. The path ahead was slowly starting to close again, the earth rising. He had only seconds left. The villagers were almost upon him. He could feel their hands reaching for him. Gathering every last bit of strength, Arav leapt forward. The moment he crossed the boundary, the path slammed shut behind him with a deafening sound. The ground sealed as if it had never been open. Arav lay on the ground outside the cursed land, gasping for breath, tears of relief stinging his eyes. Behind him, the furious cries of the villagers echoed through the mountains, then faded into silence. As the sun rose, the world outside continued as normal. Birds chirping, winds blowing, rivers flowing. Arav stood up slowly and looked back toward where Morconda lay hidden. There was no trace of the road, only a solid wall of ancient stone. He had survived, but he knew he would never forget the haunting faces, the echoing voices, and the horrible truth behind the cursed mountain village. Arav walked away, vowing never to return. But deep inside, he carried the weight of what he had seen. For even now, in the shadowed heart of the mountains, Morconda still waits, silent in the day, alive in the night. And every night, when the clock strikes 12, that secret road appears again. A road for escape, a road for temptation, a road for those trapped souls who try to leave. But not everyone is fortunate enough to make it across.